founder and creator of the Cecil martial arts style. I teach martial arts classes out of some of the community centers in Prince George's County, Maryland. At the time of this recording, I'm only running classes at one community center though. And I may be running a class out of my house, but that one is strictly private, invite only. If it jumps off, I have to see if people are really going to follow through. But this live broadcast was inspired by one of my regular viewers, and if you know who you are, please shout yourself out. Because what we're talking, I'm going to have to leave as people are coming in. They're going to interfere with the broadcast. Watch what you say. I'm doing a live broadcast. I'm not responsible for anything you say that ends up on the internet. It's probably the most excitement the video's had in a while. Let me go to my usual live chamber. The idea of do some parents bring this on themselves? And the idea has to do with children hitting their parents. There was a video going around where a guy punched his mother. I think it was in London. It sounded like somebody with a UK accent. Where she's yelling at the boy, trying to reason with him or something, and he hits her. I had said that I thought that maybe the boy suffered from some kind of mental problems. And either way, in my opinion, of course, as a parent, I feel like I don't care. There's no excuse for a child to hit a parent. But this viewer of mine had wrote a very deep post where he talked about how perhaps the child was being abused, or how sometimes some adults are abusing children for years and years and years, and the child finally gets fed up and just strikes back. And that's what happens. And so I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to jump out of my default, mom, dad always right, and consider for a second if some parents bring this on themselves. And I guess if you don't spank your children to discipline them, if you're always quick to hit, you hit them out of anger and out of a need to control rather than spank them out of a need to correct. You're abusive, you're calling them names all the time. You ain't, let me get the belt for effect. You just like your daddy. That type of thing. You're just like a mother, father, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about. That type of thing. Well, I think if you hit a child like that too much, eventually they might want to swing back. Or if we want to argue that children do what they see, what has the child seen? The child has seen violence, so the child responds with violence. For we have seen many cases in the news, like that couple where the dad had an IT job, but he still felt like he needed to go around and chain his 13 children up to the bedpost. They were beating those kids. They were refusing to feed them. One child as old as 29 still being beaten and abused by the parents. Don't you think if they had finally gotten up some strength, they might have went upside of mom and dad's head? The couple in Maryland. This was a female and female couple, a lesbian couple, beating children, feeding them feces. Don't you think if those children ever gotten the size and the strength, they may have came back and beaten up both of their mothers? So perhaps my viewer had a point. Perhaps some of these parents are bringing it on themselves. And all we're seeing is the point where it boils over. And the way we're conditioned, I'll say socially and biologically, and me with my bias as a parent, I'm going to automatically be, I want to be on the parent's side, keep that child in line. Child needs to learn respect. And then, my chivalry, how dare thou hitteth a woman, that all that programming, all that instinct. So I think it's an important question to ask whether we still fall back on the side or not of I don't care. I don't care what a child does. There's no excuse to hit mommy, no excuse to hit daddy. My setup. Let's ask ourselves this question, which I think is a very good one to bring up. Do some parents bring it on themselves when they're finally attacked by their child? Now, I can tell you, I don't think some parents do bring it on themselves. I don't think most parents bring it on themselves. I'm back in my original frame of mind. I don't think most parents do bring it on themselves. But in an infinite universe, on a planet with thousands, if not millions of people, I have to admit, I have to concede, if I want to be dedicated to the truth, because as martial artists, we should be dedicated to the truth. As Christians, we should be dedicated to the truth. And my day job as a software tester, I see software testing as part of the search for truth, because it's true or false whether this code works. If we're going to be committed to the truth, and truth be told, yes, some of these parents probably do bring it on themselves, whether I like it or not. So thanks for watching this live broadcast. My two people who watched, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know who you are, I'm sorry I forgot your name. Please shout yourself out below. And if you want to add to this discussion, please add to it below. Peace. Where is the button? There it is.